Hello everyone, and welcome back again to another episode of MotorWay. So today is about the fate of the Grand Tour. So much just like my last video, which was the fate of the Furious, which is actually Fast and Furious 8. It's basically the same thing, is the fate of the Grand Tour. Richard Hammond, James May, and Jeremy Clarkson. And like I said with my review for the Fast and the Furious series, it's gone. I'm sorry, but it is absolutely dead for the Fast and the Furious and Grand Tour. I mean, when Top Gear was out, like the original Top Gear, them three together, was hysterical. Every single show they did was so funny. They were always pushing the limits of comedy and everything. I don't know what this guy's doing. So yes, they were always pushing the limits. You know, they were always doing their little challenges and everything. Okay, that guy that was almost cutting me off actually went from the right lane and made a left-hand turn and cut across traffic and everything, not even getting in the bothered left lane. But apart from crazy drivers here, is, you know, they were always doing those crazy challenges, like when they were driving in the middle of, they basically just drive in the middle of nowhere. You know, when they were in the Makati desert in, you know, right in the central of Africa there. That was just, it was brilliant. It was like, if they're stuck, then that's it. That's the rest of them, you know? And so they're always shedding weight from these cars, you know? And then there's other cars where they have, you know, they're not a Porsche challenge, which is, obviously they had BMWs and the Mercedes and stuff. But apart from all of that, they were brilliant. But when the Grand Tour came out, when they started the show, it just didn't have that Top Gear feel. But I'm sorry, but as I started watching the Top Gear series, near the end of the series, or, you know, the end of the season that they had finished off on, it just seems so scripted all the time. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't improv, or it just wasn't like, oh, hey, let's just see what happens. It just seemed like scripted all the time. It just didn't, it was so awkward every time watching it. It was like, oh, okay, so, you know, obviously maybe just had to do a couple of takes here and there for this scene. Or, you know, and it's like, oh, so maybe they didn't get exactly what they wanted, so they just cut it and then move on to the next one. And then, you know, move on to the next kid. Watching the Grand Tour, it had that. It was just so scripted. Like when Jeremy Clarkson was doing, you know, The Day After Tomorrow, which was, you know, a spoof off of, you know, the movie Day After Tomorrow, and he kept dying all the time and having to repeat the same day over and over again. And, like, oh my god, it was so scripted. Even, it seemed like the jokes were so scripted that it just wasn't funny anymore. And now with the Grand Tour Season 2 coming out, after, you know, Richard Hammond got in his accident, I don't know if he's going to be pushing on much longer. I mean, he was already in an accident, you know, years and years ago when he had a top dragster, you know, like a drag car, and it crashed it. It was, what, 180 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour that he crashed the car. And now that he's had another accident, and he was doing, you know, a good 100 miles an hour, and he had to swerve off the side of the road there, and he busted up his knee pretty bad. I'm sorry, but after the Season 2 of Grand Tour, I think he's going to do a couple of episodes, and that's going to be it. Who knows? He might even finish, but it's just not going to be good anymore. I'm sorry. It's just, like I said with the fate of the Furious, there's always that market where somebody could step in and saying, I know exactly what people need right now. I know exactly what we should do, and this is how we're going to do it, and we're going to make bank. Look at the Top Gear. Sorry, I mean, look at the YouTube people. Whoa, there's a lot of people turn here. Like, look at all the people on YouTube. A lot of YouTubers are being a huge success because of their YouTube. And if they wanted to do a show, they can. Like the guys from Roadkill, you know, when they're doing Motor Trend, like they start off with Motor Trend and they're like, oh, hey, let's just do, you know, we got $1,500 and let's just see what kind of car we could buy with that, and then just go from there. It was amazing. And then they're still going at it. Okay, people, keep on moving. Gotta make the light. But yeah, it's, you know, they're still going with roadkill, and it's absolutely amazing. And there's like some other shows that are on YouTube that could be a huge success. That's where the market is right now. It's like when you're watching another one, Mighty Car Mods. They're a huge success. Why aren't they making a TV show? They need to go to Netflix or Amazon, Hulu, whatever kind of, you know, streaming provider, and say, yeah, sign us up, hook us up with the deal, you know, and we'll make some, you know, say 10 shows within a couple of months, and it'll be brilliant. Why aren't they doing that? I think that's it for the Grand Tour, and that's it. I'm sorry, but the Grand Tour is over. But thank you very much for watching Motorway. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.